Hi, I'm Amita.
And I'm Sham.
And we're both from London.
Yeah, we've been married for 13 years this year.
I know, time flies.
Yeah, we got married in Bali in 2011 and we've been together a long time.
It's been very special, a very long and special journey with, trying for babies. But we've had some really amazing times already. And this has just been an incredible adventure. So I found out 10 years ago that I have a chronic disease, endometriosis and adenomyosis, which 1 in 10 women have in the world, and very little is known about it. It is considered an idiopathic disease. Unfortunately, very little is done for women. It takes up to 10 years, between 8 and 10 years for a diagnosis. So I pretty much probably had it most of my life, and I didn't know. I thought that the symptoms were normal for women to have. I pushed through, I went to work, I just carried on thinking it's normal. After we got married, obviously we were trying for a baby, and it wasn't until we went to the second IVF clinic in Spain, and they diagnosed me with, this disease. They said they couldn't do anything for me because it was, a blocker for fertility, and they suggested I went elsewhere. So once I got diagnosed with that, the journey really began, and the symptoms got a lot worse. It was very, very difficult to live with. My timetable changed. I couldn't get up, I couldn't get out of bed. I used to be an athlete. It affected my running, it affected my workouts, it affected everything, even our social life, like where I would arrange to go out somewhere, we would arrange to go out, we'd have to U-turn back home because the pain was so unbearable. Yeah, it was terrible, it was terrible. So after 15 rounds of IVF in so many different countries, last year was the last in Barcelona. My mother actually got very upset, and she said, we really don't want you to do this anymore because we're afraid you're gonna die. Just your disease and trying, and the hormones you're injecting inside of you constantly. I mean, there were some years where I was doing 2 rounds of IVF a year. Got pregnant 3 times, and I lost my twin boys twice. God has given me them back, and sorry. I lost my daughter at 4 months. It was been a very difficult journey, very, very difficult journey. But God is great, and we found you guys online 4 years ago.
A lot of research. We looked around different places around the world, and I think when we talked to yourselves, Tatiana was the first person we talked to, and we got a very warm feeling from her and a very good feeling about the clinic, about what she had to offer, and there was no hard sell. It was, this is what we can offer you. Very sympathetic, very empathetic, and as a result, I think we did our homework, and we said, okay, well, let's take this further and see where we go with this clinic of yours.
She gave us hope, which is something that we clung on to throughout this journey.
For a long time.
And we didn't give up. We did not give up. We were resilient, and with the support of my parents, we went ahead last year, it was last April. We signed all the paperwork, and we got all of our biological material transported here via Slovakia because of the war. From Prague. It took about 3 months for the whole thing to come through, but it was a journey really, really worth waiting for. And the communication once we found our surrogate was amazing. I just eternally bless our surrogate. What she's done for us is beyond words, and it's priceless, and her karma is eternally blessed for what she's done for us. So, this has been our journey so far. I think I would say the medical care has been spot on, 10 out of 10. I mean, our boys were born early, they were 5 weeks premature. So when we came, sort of a week later after their birth, you know, it was amazing to see them with so much love and so much attention and so much care. It melted our hearts, and the whole experience was just beautiful. It was divine, it was just overwhelming, and the love and support from the nannies and the nurses and the doctors has just been excellent.
But I think before that as well with the surrogate, the regular feedback we got from the clinic visits, from the scanning visits, and the regular updates that we got about her progress and the care that she was given by your clinic was outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. And she herself clearly felt very good about it. And that gave us a lot of comfort as well. And we got to know her and feel her without actually being close to her.
And without meeting her. But yeah, I mean, she definitely, the whole process has been really, really good.
Superb.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, we didn't really know what we were going to go into. We didn't really understand, no one really understands until you're actually experiencing the process.
And to be honest, you know, when you're in the UK and you say, look, there's this clinic in Ukraine that's going to take all this money and you're going to get a surrogate, are you sure they really exist? Are they really a true organisation, or are they fake? And we just had full trust.
Yeah.
We had full trust.
And I can tell you, anyone listening to this, full on, that this is the most amazing clinic.
The best in the world.
The best in the world. And also our wonderful intended parents coordinator, Daria, she's been nothing but excellent in everything, in guiding us. And it's not just about the previous, about getting to Ukraine, but it's also what happens once you're here, because obviously there's a war going on and we don't really know what's going to happen day to day. So to have Daria there and to support and help us with the aftercare with the babies as well, it's just been paramount. Yeah. So we've got a paediatrician coming today. She's going to help us because obviously, you know, there are certain things, you know, we have to do, like checkups, weight checks, etc. Formulas, all that sort of thing, because, you know, we're new parents. So can't thank Daria enough. Thank you.
Well, I think we said about Ukraine when we did our homework, and we found, in fact, take Ukraine out of the equation. It was more about the clinic, the support, the people behind the clinic, and what they were giving. That was more important to us than where it was. Just the fact that it's in Ukraine made it difficult because of the current conditions, but also made it challenging. However, having made the journey to Ukraine, I have to say, I'm so super impressed by the Ukrainian people.
So beautiful. The people are amazing, so gentle, so loving, so caring, and just so polite, well-mannered. Everything about Kiev has been amazing. In fact, the 14-hour drive we had from Poland to get to Kiev was also an experience. We never knew that you could purchase peaches from a motorway, from somebody's house. I mean, never tasted anything like that in my life. I don't even like peaches, but boy, was that an amazing peach.
There's also a resilience and a defiance in the people that come
strong.
What may. We'll carry on our lives, it'll be normal, we'll just get on with it, and that's fantastic.
It's been very impressive.
Our hearts are now with the Ukrainian
people, definitely. And also, just to add, geography did matter because, you know, coming from the UK, we didn't want to travel like for hours. I know there's a destination in Mexico, there's one in Cyprus, there's one in Colombia, but whilst Colombia was there for us, may have been our first choice, obviously that one's shut down now, but then we really reviewed the whole thing, and we just thought in terms of distance, Ukraine would be the best place to come, other than all the other amazing factors that contribute to this entire experience.
Well, in the UK, we started actually getting serious about it about 2 months ago, when we knew there was going to be a due date, but because we're having twins, they're going to be born early. we said that, okay, we now need to start doing things. So we had a baby shower in London in the kind of middle of July, and Amita had put on her shopping list for the baby shower everything we needed for the baby, and it's amazing. Babies, everything that and people bought us was just, you know, filled our home up with lots of baby stuff.
Again, it was overwhelming love that we received from all our friends and family. It's been amazing, and we're actually using some of that stuff here, like the thermometers, Sudocrem that I didn't know you needed, colic stuff I didn't know you needed, so Infocoil. So these are the kind of things that friends and family have suggested, and we also, I went bonkers buying clothes. So I started with 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months. I've got different boxes where I've just bought clothes because I like shopping, and the babies are now sorted till they're, I think, about 1 or 2 years old. Everyone's like, don't buy too much, they'll grow out of it. I'm like, well, this is my experience first with them, so I'm going to do what I want. And the cots, we bought this car seats. These car seats are really cool because they turn into buggies and they work for the travelling purposes that we're here now for. Of course, when we go back, we're going to need a double buggy because I won't be able to go anywhere otherwise. I won't be able to push 2 separate buggies. And the cots we purchased were cots that you can use from early birth right through till they're about 4 or 5 years old. So they change structures, and that's how we've thought ahead as well, because it's not just about now, it's about the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I will also say that everything is available here as well.
Yes.
All the baby things that you need, all the essentials that you need for babies are all available here.
Yep.
And we weren't sure what we would expect, but everything is available.
Yeah.
It's fully functioning and fantastic.
Yeah. Well, the biggest highlight was meeting our boys, Ray and Rio. I mean, that was the biggest highlight, walking into the room and seeing these tiny little people, tiny little people. I didn't even know that babies could be so tiny. I've never held a tiny baby like that in my life, because I always expect them to be about that big. But wow, that for me is definitely the highlight of everything. Probably not just this trip, probably my life so far.
I would say, do your research, make sure you're very comfortable, but you can't get a better reference than from someone else who's been through the journey. And those references are more important than anything you'll find online. And I would recommend World Centre of Baby to anyone in the world who wants a baby. In fact, funnily enough, yesterday when I went to collect the certificates from Mama and Papa, there was another couple there, and they'd made a journey all the way from New Delhi to come here, but they went with another clinic, and there I was on my own trying to get a certificate, and who can I call? I can call Daria. Daria, can you help me with this, please? And Daria immediately sorted it out, and I was there. And those poor couple, I say poor, they're really gracious because they've got their baby, but with another clinic, they had to do everything themselves. I didn't see that they had a coordinator, and that means a lot. So I would say, do your research, but we can't recommend World Centre of Baby highly enough.
Yep, 100%. Amazing clinic. Thank you. We are very, very grateful.
Yeah,
very grateful. The only thing I would say is regards the paperwork after the babies are born. Just if you're from the UK, just know that there is a TLS centre, and know that you have to wait for the birth certificate to be apostilled. And once that's apostilled, if I can spit my word out, apostilled, thank you, I'm dyslexic. And also your passport's pictures are done, then you can take all that paperwork onto the TLS centre, and they will take it on from the British Embassy side from there. Just a little bit of guidance. That's the one thing we were a little bit tentative about, but it's just worked its way out fine. while we've been here.
But what we're prepared to do is also, once we've gone through the whole experience, we can share that with you and let you know, at least if people are coming from the UK or even other countries, at least what the kind of steps are going to be, what the rules are.
Yeah.
And therefore, you know, people can prepare themselves and not think that there's a big black hole they're going into and not worry about what's going to come at the end.
Yeah, but big thanks to, you know, to the clinic. Amazing, amazing. Thank you. We're very grateful to everyone here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.